everybody, it's Hannah and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm super excited because we are finally going to be going through my two memory makeup bags. I think I need to put these into like a memory makeup box because they're both getting pretty full. I don't really know how much more I can kind of squeeze into these. I also have a little palette over here, which little sneak peek, that I couldn't fit into these, so that's why that's off to the side. Actually, I have another palette as well. Let me grab that. So now I think I have everything. So I'm not exactly sure what's in these, to be honest. I think I added in some newer things from my latest declutter video, but I'm not 100% sure. I have been alluding to my makeup memory box, bag, basket, whatever you want to call it, especially within that last declutter video. So I'm super excited to finally be able to have the chance to film the video where I go through everything. So first thing in this little bag we'll pull out. These are not super old. These ones are actually the things that I spoke about in my last declutter video, now that I'm kind of peeping in. But I have all of my Animal Crossing collection lip crayons. These are so good. These are the Just a Hint or Just a Tint lip tints. Really amazing. I have this one, which is in Juicy Apple. I have one of my favorite ones, which was the coconut one, but the writing has rubbed off a little bit, but I used up a ton of this. This one was really good. I also have Incomparable, which was the pear one, Cherry, which is the cherry one, obviously, Orange Cutie, and then this one also says Orange Cutie, but it's actually, I think, like the peach one or something like that. Yeah, they both say Orange Cutie, but this has the peach lids and they're different colors. So I remember that was kind of like a little rarer one that I had, but these are really good. And of course I love Animal Crossing, so I definitely didn't want to like remove these from my collection, but I'm just not going to use them anymore because at this point they are a couple years old. I think I did a video like way back when I first got the collection, maybe like 2-ish years ago. Not exactly sure how long these last, but since they're lip crayons and they're pretty exposed to the air, I figured I probably shouldn't use them anymore. But these are the first couple of things that I have in this little bag. The next thing we have is my original Becca Champagne pop. This one was the one that comes in like this beautiful limited edition packaging. It's super pretty. I get a pretty decent use out of this. It's so pretty, but I just don't really use it that much anymore. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put this into my memory makeup because I don't use it, but I definitely don't want to get rid of it. So that's why that one is in here. And then the final thing in this little bag is this from Nars. This is the Iconic Glow Cheek Duo, and it has Laguna and Orgasm in it. And I think this was for holiday. It came out at Ulta and it was on my birthday. Actually, my boyfriend, like, as one of my birthday presents every year, we do like a little shopping spree and we just go to a bunch of places in the mall and just like whatever other stores I want to go to, and this was one of the things that I picked up from Ulta. So it has again the bronzer and the blush. Really good. It's just pretty old, and again I don't use it as much because I don't absolutely like love the blush color, but I really wanted Laguna and I thought that this little duo was super cute at the time, so I ended up getting this. But again, I don't really use it and it has really good sentimental meaning to me since my boyfriend got it for me for my birthday. It was the last thing in the first bag. Now we have the second bag over here, and this is where I have some artifacts. Like, I have some of my first ever makeup that I ever purchased from when I was maybe in like 7th or 8th grade. For reference, I'm 22, turning 23 in November, so 7th grade was quite a long time ago at this point. I think it was maybe like 2011, 2012. So it's been about 10 years. So I have some 10-year-old makeup in here. So I'm super excited to get to that. But let's go ahead, open this up and see the first thing we have. So this one, I think I've spoken about it before in a couple of like eyeshadow palette declutter videos, but this is from Lorac. This is the Riesling Romance eyeshadow palette, and this was my first ever like high-end eyeshadow palette. I remember it was like one of the first couple of times that I actually ever went to Ulta with my mom, and it was during a 21 Days of Beauty, and this was one of the items that was on sale that day. So I ended up picking it up, and as you can see, I have quite a lot of use in here. This shade obviously hit pan because I used that like to set my eyelids every day. And then this one has a really huge dip. These are actually very deep pans. I don't know if you can tell, but I used this a ton. And I remember like this highlighter shade in here. When highlighter first like became a thing, I didn't have an actual highlighter, so I would use this little one like on my face as highlighter. So I just remember this, like using this in like, again, end of middle school, beginning of high school, like 9th grade era. So again, really, really special meaning to me. My mom bought it for me, my first ever high-end eyeshadow palette, and one of the first makeup pieces that I actually ever purchased. So really happy to still have that one in my collection and that I ended up like never getting rid of it. Okay, I'm gonna keep some of the super old stuff like off until the end because I feel like that's more exciting. We'll go into some like sentimental stuff that's not super, super old, but still has, I mean, it's like kind of old, but the reason why I'm keeping it is because, you know, it has that sentimental meaning. I have in here my first ever Kylie Lip Kit. It was in the shade Posy K, and mine actually still smells pretty good, but I've had this thing for literal years. Still smells nice and like sweet, like vanilla cake candy. But I mean, I've had this, my boyfriend got me this for like my maybe 18th or 19th birthday, and again I'm about to have my 23rd birthday, so this is very, very old, but he got it for me and I just have a hard time letting go of things that he got for me. If you guys didn't know, me and my boyfriend have been together since we've been in 11th grade, so I was like 15 when we met and then 16 when we started dating, so we've been together forever, and it's just really special to me to have stuff from like our early years of dating. I don't know, I think it's really cute to keep them, so that's why I have this. Yes, I have my first ever Kylie Lip Kit. Then I have some little pieces of makeup here that I actually wore on my senior prom day, and I will insert some pictures of my senior prom. You'll get to see me in my dress and me and my boyfriend back in high school. This was in 2017, my senior prom, and my dress was green, obviously, so I picked up this little NYX single eyeshadow. This was in the shade Zen, and it was just a really, really pretty, like dark sort of emerald green, and I remember I just put this, like blended out into my lids. Even though it's a satin, I still just did that because I wanted a little bit of green. And then on my lids, I took this Stila Glitter and Glow in the shade Kitten Karma. I also have the Urban Decay glitter liner, but I don't know where that is. I don't see it in my bag, so I must have gotten rid of it, which I'm a little sad about, but it's okay. I still have this one. So obviously this is like completely like dusty, crusty, dried up, but this was the combination that I used for my eyeshadow in my prom look in senior year. And then I also have the lip color that I wore. This is from Revlon. It was the Ultra HD Matte Lip Color. I think I wore this both years, my junior prom, which I'll put here, let you see that for a second, and then again my senior prom. So I believe I wore this both years. This was in the shade HD Embrace. So it was just one of these Revlon Ultra HD Matte Lip Colors. Actually a very, very pretty color. And this still smells kind of good. Let me see. It doesn't have like an expiry date on it or like how long you're supposed to have it, so I don't really know, but I mean I've had this thing for what, 6 years now, so really crazy. Yeah, so that was my junior prom and senior prom lipstick that I wore. So the next one isn't like super, super crazy. This was just another thing that my boyfriend got me. This was like the first ever like gift that he got me. I think it was part of like my birthday present, which was I actually got these earrings too. He like balled out. Like my birthday was in November and I think he started working like his first job ever at Target in October, and he saved up and bought me diamond earrings and like a couple other little things, and one of them was this mascara, but he got me it in black brown, and I remember feeling really bad that I like wasn't gonna use it. So this thing is very juicy still, even though I've had it for like 6 years, I guess, 6.5, 7, I don't know. We're about to be dating for 7 years, so probably more like 6. But yeah, again, really special to me because it was like one of the first ever makeup products that he bought me, because I had told him that I wanted like this L'Oreal Voluminous mascara because so many people are talking about it, but he got me in black brown, which is really cute. But yeah, so I have that. Okay, and then last time I'll mention my boyfriend. I feel like I keep talking about him, but a lot of these special memories are attached to him. But I have this little eyeshadow from the first time we did like an international trip together, which it was just to Canada. You know, I'm from the US, but we went over to Canada, went to Toronto in 2019, 2018, and I picked up this little eyeshadow from Quo, is like the Canadian like drugstore brand that they have there. And yeah, it was just really special to me. It's like a super plain kind of color. It's in the shade Primrose. I don't know if you could still get it, but it doesn't really show up on me too much, so I just never really use it. But of course, you know, I don't want to get rid of it, so that was the next thing that I have. So this one in here, I'm pretty sure the reason why I have this in here is because this was from like the first ever like Sephora favorites kit that I got from the ages of like maybe 15 to, I want to say 20. Let's say every year my mom always got me like the Sephora favorites kit for my birthday. And I think this is from the first one ever. It's one of their old packaging of these lipsticks. I forgot what they're called, the Vice lipstick, I think. And this one's in the shade 714. But it was just like this red color. And I remember this was like the one red lipstick that I had. And I kept this up until kind of recently as like my one red lipstick. But it's just so old. It's just a good little memory to have in my collection. So that's why I keep that in my memory makeup. Next couple of things don't have like any specific like meaningful reason. It was just like really early in my makeup collection days. I guess these, I have a kind of cute story. But this one I'm pretty sure I got at like some random store. I think it actually might have been like one of the first couple times that I went to like TJ Maxx or Marshalls with my mom, because I only started going there regularly probably within the last maybe like 4 or 5 years. But when I was younger, like in like middle school and stuff like that, like I don't really have memories of going there. But this was one of the first times I went with my mom. There was this Lorac Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales collaboration, and it had like this lipstick over here, which I used like a ton of it. I don't know if you could see how far down it is in the tube. And then it also had this lip gloss on the other side, and then I thought it was really cute because it had like a mirror on here. So I would always like bring this to school and be like, oh yeah, like, you know, just touching up, like how cute is this? So that was just a cute little memory that I have, and it is really, really old. And then these next two, I think I looked these up because I wanted to see how old some of this stuff was, like maybe a couple months ago, I guess. And I think they still might make these, I'm not sure, or at least they sell them on like random websites, like, you know how you can buy stuff like third party on Amazon? I think they sell them like that, and then like at Walmart online and stuff. But these are Maybelline the Elixirs. They're from the Color Sensational line, and I had this one in Caramel Infused, and then this one in Mauve Mystique. And I remember it was like one of the first couple times that I had gone shopping with my mom. That looks really funky and smells kind of funky. These used to smell really good, but I was like, oh, I want to get one of these. We were at like the supermarket, like literally like ShopRite or like Stop and Shop or something, and she was like, oh, you can get one. And I was like, oh, I don't know what color to pick, like I can't choose which one. And she was like, just get them both. And I was like, get them both? Like I was so shocked that she said to get them both that I was like super excited, and that's just like a core memory that I have in my mind. So I think that those are really cute, so that's why I've included those in this box. So we're getting down to the last couple of items. I gotta save this one relic right to the end. But this one I have is a little Milani lipstick. It's in the shade Matte Naked, number 61. It's actually broken, but you can see I used up so much of this. I'll try to twist it up without it falling off, but I only had a very little bit left. I remember this used to smell like chocolate. Actually still kind of does. But I slept over my cousin's house. Like when we were younger, we would always sleep over each other's houses, obviously. And we went like Black Friday shopping one year, and we went to CVS, and my aunt bought me this, and that's what I remember it from. So, and Glory, if you're watching this video, this was you, and I remember that day, so thank you. So that's why I have that one saved in there. Again, really nice, just sort of special memory that I have. And then this one, this is probably the oldest thing because I don't know how old it was like before I acquired it. This is actually my friend's mom's, and this is from Clinique. It's the Glow Crazy Powder Highlighter in the shade number 4 Crushed Candy, and it says not for individual sale on the bottom. So not really sure, but this is literally, it has this little pop top, and then it has a small little sifter, and it's like a loose like blush highlighter. And I remember me and my friend Emily had been friends since like 5th grade, 4th or 5th grade. We met each other in 4th grade and became much closer friends in 5th grade. But when we were younger, we would always play with like random old makeup that her mom gave us, and this was one of the things, and somehow it ended up that I was taking it home and it was now mine. So I have no idea when this is from. I kind of want to let me know if you want me to do a follow-up video where I look up exactly how old these are by looking at like the batch numbers and stuff. I think that would be really fun, maybe to do as like a follow-up video. But I have this, so this is probably my oldest thing that I have, but I don't know the exact date of when I got this. Everything else I pretty much know when I got it, but this one is super, super old. So now, I guess we'll move on to some palettes. I only have 2 palettes in here, and the rest of the stuff I can talk about is like the most, like, I guess influential in my life type of makeup, or the last 3 things that mean the most to me. So I have this one here. This is from Urban Decay. This is the Vice Reloaded palette, and I honestly never really used it that much. It came with like these colors in it, which, you know, not the best colors. It also has a brush in it, but I remember this was like on clearance at Ulta, and every now and then my mom would let me do like, you know, like a $50 Ulta purchase where I would get like mascara and other stuff that I needed. But one time I was able to incorporate this into my basket because it was on sale. So I don't even know when this is from, but I bought it like on clearance. And yeah, I feel like that means it's pretty old. So I'm super excited to kind of look up everything, see how old everything exactly is, because I have no idea when this came out, but I still think that that's super cool. And I don't think they make these reloaded palettes anymore, but it has like a bunch of, you know, staple shades like, you know, Half Baked and Space Cowboy or whatever. So it's pretty cool. So the next thing I have is from the Too Faced collection. It was one of their holiday collections. It was the Christmas in New York, the Chocolate Shop Cocoa Powder Infused eyeshadow palette, and I used this so much much, but I feel like you can't really tell because all of these have hard pan. Like, I would use this and like nothing would come off. But I used I used it a lot, but it doesn't look like it because like the highlighter, you could see it had hard pan and stuff. And I remember, I don't know if it's still like this because I haven't purchased anything from the Too Faced like holiday collection in a super long time, but stuff from their holiday collections used to be such bad quality. It says 2016 on here, so I was 16 in like 11th grade, 12th grade maybe. So this is pretty old, like 5 or 6 years again. And yeah, this is really special to me. Obviously got it as a Christmas gift one year from my parents, so that's why I've kept that one. Now we're gonna move on to some of my first ever makeup that I ever had. So I have this here. This is from NYC, which I don't even think is a brand anymore, but it was from New York Color, and this was the Individualized Palette, and it was in the shade 938 Union Square. And as you could see, I used this thing up except for these two shades because I was like, oh, I don't wear shimmer and I don't wear color. And this purple was too much color for me. So I used up, this used to be a cream shade, and I used this up completely. And then I also have this brown shade. So I used these 3 things for my entire makeup. So this was actually an eye primer. It was a tinted eye primer. So I used this as concealer because I didn't have concealer. So I was like, oh, there's a concealer shade in here. I'll just use that. So I used that under my eyes as my concealer. And then I would set it with the cream shade. And then I would also set my eyelids with the cream shade because before I ever did my makeup ever, I always put a cream shade on my lids. So that's what I did. And then of course I used the brown as my eyeshadow, and then, you know, contour, we didn't do that. No, not in middle school, not in high school. Maybe like 11th and 12th, but you know, 7th, 8th, 9th, which is when I used this primarily. We did not do blush, we did not do contour, but I did want to fill in my eyebrows a little, so I used this shade, even though it's completely not an eyebrow color for me. That's what I did, and I have memories of it, so that's why this one is so used up as well. But I just thought that it's really funny that I used this little NYC, probably like $3 palette for my entire makeup routine for like 3 years. So this is one of the most special things to me. And my friend Emily, again, I'm mentioning her again, she had this in like a different color. Like this is the one for brown eyes, and then she had the one for blue eyes. So I don't know how much she used of hers, or if she still even has hers, or if it means anything to her, but you know, this means a lot to me, and I'm really glad that I ended up keeping it. The next product I have is my first ever blush that my dad took me to buy in 7th grade at Harmon Drugstore. I don't know if you guys have Harmon near you. We have it by me, and this is what I picked up. It's the Maybelline Dream Bouncy Blush. Do you guys remember these? I had mine in the shade number 15 Rose Petal, and it was like this little putty blush, and as you can see, I mean, I had pan on it. I guess I used this up. I'm gonna swatch it even though it's like 1,000 years old. All right, it kind of swatches pretty good. So this product holds up. I've had this thing for probably 10 years because I got this in 7th grade in 2011, 2012. It's about to be 2023 in a couple of months, and I'm still holding on to this, and I don't think I will ever get rid of it because this just has so much special meaning to me. So I will forever keep this one. And the last product ever is this from Lip Smackers. This is my first ever makeup product. I got this in 5th grade because one of my friends in 5th grade, her mom actually like worked for Lip Smackers. So if you would go to her house, sometimes her mom would like give you stuff. But she got me this and this Lip Smackers cotton candy. I'm pretty sure this still smells good. Oh my gosh, this thing still smells amazing. And I feel like if I were to use this today, it would perform just as well. But this is probably one of my known oldest makeup products from 5th grade, which was 2010, probably 12 years old. So super crazy, and I had so much fun going through this. I haven't gone through my old makeup in so long, and just to talk about it with you guys and share everything and just a bunch of stories and experiences, I had so much fun doing it. But that is it, guys, for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!